Hey, welcome to Half the Battle, and welcome to the final part of main character May. The end is finally in sight.
And to wrap things up, we're going to look at one of the last action figures Lady Jaye got, at least at the time this video was made. So meet Classified Lady Jaye. This figure was released in 2021 with, body parts. Yeah, I don't have enough classified figures to see if they reused any parts and couldn't really get any answers online. I think most, if not all, of the figure is original.
Now, since this is a classified figure, you have to remember my rule for reviewing these things.
When you hear me praising some aspects, like detailing or articulation, you should always picture an asterisk and add the line, as should be expected of a 6-inch figure. So anyway, Lady Jaye has a very nice figure.
Oh, come on, you all knew this joke was coming. Just be happy that I restrained myself until the very last episode.
Seriously though, it's a pretty good looking toy and a really good representation of Lady Jaye.
There's only 2 drawbacks I see with this look.
The arms are a little too thin for my taste, especially the shoulders, but the biggest thing is the eyes. I mean, that stare. It looks like she's a robot or possessed by a demon or something. Fellas, when a woman looks at you like that, it means I'm going to kill you and cut up your body just because I can. The articulation is good.
In theory.
Look, this could just be only on the toy I own, but some of the joints are really stiff or don't do anything. The lower knee joint is a bit stiff, while the upper knee joint is really stiff. So are the elbows, to the point where I'm worried about breaking the damn thing if I use too much force. The upper torso can move, but it just springs back to the original position, so I'm not sure why the articulation is even there. The lower torso can move too, kind of, but I don't think that's intended articulation. It's just due to the way the figure is constructed. Same with the upper thighs. You can move them, but they spring back.
The rest of the moving parts work fine.
The head can move up and down and rotate for a full exorcist. The shoulder moves the same as a small G.I.Joe figure, but the arm swivel is right below the shoulder. There's also wrist articulation, the upper leg swivel, as do the lower legs at the boots. And the feet can move up and down. All in all, honestly, the articulation is a little disappointing. There's only a limited amount of posing you can do.
I can be more positive about the detailing.
The hair is beautifully sculpted, as is the face, if you ignore the stare that'll eat your soul. Next is the collar that is certainly popped. I like it, though it does somewhat obscure an emblem on the chest, made worse by a strap getting in the way.
Speaking of emblems,
I'm disappointed the patch on her shoulder is just the arrowhead emblem and not the more detailed one of the original figure. Yeah, 6-inch figure, a less detailed patch.
Wrap your heads around that one.
The upper legs have this mesh pattern on them, which looks nice but gets broken up if you use the articulation there. Detailing on the legs and feet is fine, though maybe the boots could have used some additional paint on the straps or something.
Speaking of straps,
before we get to the accessories proper, there's 2 things that technically qualify, as they're not part of the figure's mold, but they're hard to remove. There's a strap around her torso, which you can line up with the hole for the backpack, or not, you can push it out of the way. It's easier to just shove it aside. And like I said earlier, it can obscure some of the detailing. Then there's the belt, or should I say belts, though it is one piece. An annoying piece that tends to ride up the torso, so you have to shove it firmly down so it stays in place, to the point where it's too low and is in danger of becoming a damn chastity belt, or belts. Yeah, there's 2, and there's even another one molded on the figure, so we got a new record here with 3 freaking belts on one Lady Jaye.
Rob Liefeld would be proud.
Anyway, let's get to the actual accessories. There's javelins. Hallelujah, there's javelins.
Lady Javelin name confirmed.
And it seems here they wanted to have their cake and eat it too, as there's also a javelin launcher. It looks pretty dumb on its own, almost like a flare gun, but when you put in the javelin, it becomes quite like the original accessory. It is a very tight fit though, like you need to apply quite a bit of force to get it in and to take it out, to the point the thing might bend. She also has a small knife. I've kept it on the belt just to show it here as a nice little surprise. She doesn't have a separate camera accessory.
But like with the launcher, they want to have and eat so much cake.
because it's attached to the backpack, which can also house one javelin. The camera is even articulated, adding literally seconds to the enjoyment of this figure.
Lastly, there's the hat. Only it's not a hat.
It's a complete piece with hair and everything, meaning the original hair is also an accessory. So let's just remove that and...
Kill with fire!
What the unholy hell? Lady Jaye, what did they do to you? Now, before Will Smith takes a swing at me, I have nothing against bald women.
An Oscar slap reference. Yeah, that sure isn't dated.
This isn't a bald woman. This is an uncanny valley android that's gonna run around my nightmares for weeks. And the stare isn't helping. Much like myself, it's a lot better looking with the cap on. At least now she doesn't remind me of Megan's older, meaner sister. Personally, I prefer to display the figure without the cap, but it's viewers' choice whether they like one over the other. Or, if you're a freak, you could display without either if you wanted to frighten small children and animals. And that was classified Lady Jaye. In conclusion, it's a good figure and I like it, but I don't love it. There's too much room for improvement for that. Still, not a bad toy to close out main character May with. I'm taking next week off. Now, there will be a Saturday shorty, but I'm gonna put the whole Lady Jaye review up as a single video for Tuesday.
After that, who knows? Well, I'll see you then, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?
Lady